I bring to the stage a young man whose profession scares the candidate who he's contesting against. You see, history has shown that that candidate has had problems with numbers and statistics. The candidate said that by May, we'd have 50,000 persons affected by COVID and over 2,000 persons will be dead. Those statistics were wrong. He has also said that it is statistically impossible for him to lose the election. Well, we've already seen how he's doing with statistics, so we can dismiss that as well. And secondly, he's an auditor. And that candidate, with his history, is afraid of auditors. Let's welcome Dominic Sutherland.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the.
My fellow Vincentians, Dr. Gonsalves, my fellow candidates, I stand here before you in this interview to highlight why not the NDP and why in Central Kingstown, Dominic Sutherland and the ULP. I start this with an apology to our great political leader, because of what was said recently by our current representative in Central Kingstown. A constituency that needs attention, that needs its representative to come to the table to discuss the issues and ensure development comes to Central Kingstown. But what was done to our leader is to say, you're not needed in Central Kingstown. You cannot come to help govern and bring prosperity and development to a constituency that needs it. For that, I apologize. I understand the challenge of my competitor. When your party has done its best to limit you in all undertakings, to ensure that the only thing that you can do and do well is curse. I understand your challenge. When you say to a constituency, elect me to represent you at this point in time, and within 2 weeks of the election, once you have won, you go back to them and say, well, sorry, I can't help you. My party in opposition, I do not have access to the treasury. I understand your frustration. Leadership is not something we do for joke, for fun, as our esteemed leader always reminds us, we don't do it for entertainment. We do it because we want our citizens to grow and prosper. We want to ensure that our nation and each and every citizen are lifted higher. The only way to do that is to encourage participation. And once elected, work with the government. Whether you sit on the opposition side or you sit on the government side, you are part and parcel of leadership. You can only bring change by working together. Anybody who rejects that as a concept need to leave the arena. I am not here to waste time. My profession says to me, there is only one way to do things right, and that is to do it right. Cut out the drama. Get to the heart of the problem. Seek out the best approach for the solution and execute to bring you success. So we have no more time to waste with the NDP. We have no more time to waste with persons who only bring to the table frustration, confusion, and nonsense. We are moving forward. Why Dominic Sutherland? I am you. I grew up poor. I'm from a broken home. When my mother returned from St. Kitts, the only thing she met in her house, or could have afforded to put in her house, was a mattress. So I know what it is not to have a stove, a fridge. I know what it is to have to make choices between something for you and something for your children. I know what it is where you have a single mother trying to bring up 2 children on a salary and still finding it within her heart to support others, to encourage others, to bring them in so everybody can prosper. Where you stretch a dollar until elasticity is no more. I am you. Where, as bright as you may be, your options seem limited. So you move to the back of the class, not to be noticed, hoping that the lack of opportunities disappears. But you are powerless to change it. But getting to a point where you understand success is determined by you and not others. I met Dr. Gonsalves many years ago as a young police on a case that I will prefer to forget. He called me in for cross-examination. He asked me a couple questions. The case was dismissed. And interestingly, the afternoon, when I'm going on what is called beach patrol, who do I meet? Dr. Gonsalves to give me a ride back in. And all he said, young man, I don't know why they did that to you. But in all of it, He encouraged me during that time to persevere, to excel, and to move forward. I would have met him on 2 other occasions. When I left the police force, he basically said, are you studying? Are you moving forward? Joining the ULP wasn't a hard choice, because it's what I have been inspired to do, to lift myself higher, not bury myself in my circumstances. I am you, and I'm appealing to you. Let us move away from negativity, from the limitations of this world, and understand that success comes tomorrow, because we get involved and we move our neighbor, ourselves, and our country forward. "2020 is a year of difficulties, but it's a year that I smile at, because it has allowed us to see the best of SVG. We have not crumbled. We have seen our farmers continuing to toil no matter what. We have seen our teachers devoted to our children going back to the classroom. We have seen our young leaders shine, not shy away, not run and cover because there is a challenge. We are making a stand to ensure our future is better and brighter, to ensure that our country continues to be lifted higher. I, Dominic Sutherland, your humble servant, stand here tonight and say to you, as I have done on many occasions in interviews, say, you must choose me. You must allow me to work and help to develop you as an individual, as a community, as a constituency, and as a country. As a professional, I have worked for many businessmen in Kingston. And I stand proud here tonight to say, if you walk down, you could touch almost every other building, and I could tell you a story. I could tell you of those who have fallen, and I could tell you of those who have risen. I could tell you of those who are ready to invest in tomorrow and move it forward. When people want to move forward, when our business community wants to expand, it's Dominic Sutherland they trust. It's Dominic Sutherland they call on. Right. And to you, my constituents, I promise to give that same level of devotion and commitment that I've done all my life to serve you. This is what representation is about, and this is how we move SVG forward. Dominic Sutherland, 2020, ULP, Central Kingston, lifting St. Vincent higher. Thank you very much.
And from all indication, Dominic Sutherland's second course examination at the hands of the comrade went well.